Okay guys, so apparently it is Christmas for movie leaks, specifically what's going on and like entire plot breakdowns. Now remember, when I do these videos, I'm going by what other people have posted. None of this is directly from me. I'm relaying the news and giving you guys my thoughts, and you guys seem to enjoy when I really break it down, go into the details and the logistics of if I think it will happen, why it might happen, and why it sounds like complete crap sometimes. So as always, take everything what I say in these videos with a huge grain of salt, but know that a lot of these times we've done this, a lot of it does come true. So let's just get right into the basics. So Thor, Chris Hemsworth of course, finds out that his brother Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston, has in fact usurped the throne of Asgard and has joined forces with Hela, who is played by Cate Blanchett. Now obviously I think a lot of us can just get this from just kind of watching and what they're shooting, the way they talk when we're watching interviews and all that. It kind of makes sense that this is going to have to be brought up at some point. I mean, we're like what, 3 or 4 years removed by the time Thor 2 happened to Thor 3, so there's a lot of stuff that's happening. It's like you think someone's going to notice that something's wrong with Odin, like he's not acting like himself. So if they say that doesn't happen, then everybody kind of seems a little ignorant. Now they also say that Loki does in fact team up with her, and that's to unleash Ragnarok upon the 9 realms. Now upon trying to actually stop them, he doesn't have a good time. Thor essentially gets beat the hell down by Hela's champion, who happens to be Surge, aka the Executioner, played by Karl Urban. Now you guys all should know my huge man crush for Karl Urban. I mean, every year when I do the Best of the Year awards, I have the Best Urban award. That always goes to him. So Karl Urban sounds pretty awesome. This sounds great. This is perfect. Now this part here is very interesting. Apparently Mjolnir is destroyed and Thor is exiled to a faraway planet ruled by the Grandmaster, who is of course played by Jeff Goldblum, where he enslaves the forces of others, that are defeated, and eventually Thor, to actually fight in his gladiatorial arena. So upon being trapped in this gladiatorial arena, he is going to run into the Hulk. Now the Hulk of course is still played by Mark Ruffalo, and here they say that he's been stranded on this planet for quite some time, for months on end, and he's been stuck in the Hulk form. Now due to this, he's actually started to merge one with Banner, so Hulk is actually getting a lot smarter, and the two are almost coming to terms with each other. They're able to coexist within the body of the beast. Now while this is all happening, Heimdall actually finds out of the betrayal, and he finds out what Hela is doing, what she's trying to do, and the deception that's been happening, and Heimdall is actually killed. Now after this, during the fights in the gladiatorial arena, Thor and Hulk are actually going to come up with a plan to escape from the forces of the Grand Master. Once they do, they embark on a journey across the 9 realms, searching for the ultimate weapon that is capable of stopping Ragnarok. Now during their travels, they are actually joined by his old friend who is Valkyrie. Now continuing their journey, they end up on Earth, where they find Odin, who is of course, over here. He has his power stolen by Loki, and he's been exiled to Earth, just kind of living on pretty much nothing. He's like a homeless man now. Now at this point, Loki actually ends up coming down to Earth and aiding them to help retrieve Odin and come back to Asgard, because Hela has actually betrayed Loki and he can't take that. Now at this point, when they all get back, Thor actually rallies all the fallen warriors of Valhalla. Heimdall is actually among them, to confront Hela and her armies of the undead and the harbingers of Ragnarok, which includes Surtur and Fenris. Now Surtur being the giant flame beast and Fenris being the wolf. Scourge actually sacrifices himself to hold off the armies of Hel, bidding Thor enough time to defeat Hela. And while all this is happening, Loki actually makes a clean getaway and escapes, but during his escape he actually warns Thor about the upcoming Purple Man in the Sky, aka Thanos. And that is it. So honestly, let me talk about this one for a little bit. I think this is pretty much 100% spot on to what's going to happen. This sounds very plausible. The set photos, what the director has told us, what the actors have told us in interviews, what we've seen, everything kind of points towards all this being the actual plot of the movie. And you gotta know Loki's going to be betrayed because he always makes the dumb decision when it comes to these things. So honestly, everything here sounds pretty plausible, and if there's one leak, quote unquote, that I'm willing to believe, it's this one, because everything kind of lines up with everything we've seen. It's probably just someone taking a good guess at it, but then again, this is kind of what we've all speculated would be the actual outline anyway. So we'll see, I guess, soon. You guys let me know your thoughts down below.